Hello and welcome to the latest episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite daily podcast where we help you build a thriving business. With me, I'm Angelova, business coach and consultant, and a co host of this daily podcast. And usually, my co host, Joris Minnesvant, is here with me, a fellow business consultant. However, at the time of recording of this episode, he's actually traveling to Europe. So it's only me today. He'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be recording the next episodes remotely with him being in Europe. But anyway, this is not the topic for today. And it's Sunday, so I'll keep this episode relatively short. And again, if you are one of our regular listeners, welcome back. We love seeing you come back every single day and start your days or get something out of this every single day. Like get something, do something for your business every single day, because this is how we succeed. And as I said, if you are a regular listener, you know what Sundays are all about. If you're brand new, if this is the first episode you're listening to, or it's the first Sunday episode you get the chance to listen to, here's what we do on Sundays. Sundays, we share the topics for the next week. So we quickly talk about what's coming up ahead Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we do this so you can get prepared for what's ahead, what we have planned, and we give you a chance to hear the topics and decide whether any of them is interesting for you based on where you are with your business. Because we cover a variety of topics. We cover topics for established businesses, we cover topics for starting businesses, we cover things related to technology, things related to processes, people. There are a lot of things we cover in our conversations. And this way, we give you a chance to see whether any of the conversations, the topics that are coming up, is relevant to where you are right now. And we do this because we know, as business owners ourselves, how important it is to stay focused. And I've mentioned this before, a term that I learned from Darren Hardy, and I've been applying it, just in time learning. Focus on learning the things that you need right now to achieve your current goals. So, without further ado, and to give you a chance to decide whether you want to listen to any of the upcoming episodes, here's what we have for the next 5 days. Monday, tomorrow, we're starting with a little bit of a technology topic. And the conversation we'll have is tracking leads and sales without complex software, especially when you are starting. So, how do you do this? What can you do actually in the beginning stages? Because ultimately, sales is the main thing. Like, you need to focus in the beginning, and at any stage of business, you need to focus on sales. But in the beginning, it's really, really important to get the sales going. So, how do you track leads and sales without complex software? This is what we'll be discussing tomorrow, Monday, which would be September 8th. Then on Tuesday, we're talking about something that happens from time to time, and it can be a blow, especially when it's unexpected. And this is what to do when a key employee wants to leave. And we might actually talk about what to do when an employee threatens to leave. Because like, it's one thing for someone wanting to leave, it's another thing when they threaten to leave because they're trying to get something out of that conversation. So this is what we're talking about on Tuesday when a key employee wants to leave, whether they threaten to leave or they really are looking for something like that they genuinely want progress or something that you are not providing right now. And then Wednesday, we will be focusing on managing your calendar. So simple ways to manage your calendar, especially if you're working on your own. And if you're working on your own, if you are a solopreneur, it means that you do everything for the business. And it means that you're doing sales, you're doing marketing, delivery, financial work as well, probably. Like you are everyone in your business. So, how do you organize this? How can you do this, manage your calendar in a simple way? This is what's coming up on Wednesday. Thursday, we are going back to the topic of technology, the category of technology. And this time, We'll be talking about reducing risk if your business relies on one key platform. So if you have a key platform that you're using for your business, especially when it comes to operations and sales and all these things, like if you have one key platform, how can you reduce risk if you depend on this one key platform? And if you are a regular listener, you know, like this is our background in technology, and Joris especially has so much experience. So I'm really looking forward to this conversation, along with actually the conversation on Tuesday with the key employee. But anyway, I don't want to go off track. Friday. Friday, we will be discussing another interesting topic that a lot of us have probably been wondering. And this is whether you should hire family or friends in the early stage of your business. And we'll probably expand the conversation in general. Should you hire family and friends? But the main idea is to talk about like in the early stages of your business, because in the early stages of the business you might not actually be able to pay salary, so you might be tempted to hire family and friends, so because they might be willing to work without being paid. So we'll discuss this. If this is where you are and if this is something you think about, definitely tune in on Friday. So this is it, the week ahead. Monday, how do you track leads and sales without complex software, especially when you're starting? Tuesday, what to do when a key employee wants or threatens to leave? Wednesday, what's a simple way to manage your calendar, especially if you're a solopreneur? Thursday, how do you reduce risk if your business relies on one key platform? And then Friday, we are wrapping up with whether you should hire family or friends in the early stages of your business, especially. This is what's coming up ahead. If any of these topics is relevant for where you are, where your business is, go ahead, put a reminder. And if you are not subscribed yet, highly recommend to subscribe so you don't miss these episodes. And even if you don't put a reminder, you'll see the new episode, you'll see the title, and you'll be like, oh yes, Anna mentioned we'll be talking about this. Let me listen to it. This is it for today. This is what's coming up in the week ahead. And since it's Sunday, as I said, I'm keeping this episode short. We will be back tomorrow together with Joris with our first topic for the week. Go enjoy your Sunday, recharge, spend time with friends and family, go outside if the weather permits, take a break, read a book, meditate, whatever feeds your soul and heart. Go do it today. So tomorrow you can start the new week running and build that awesome business that you want to have. This is it. This is more than just task management. I'm Anna Angelova, and I'll be back tomorrow with Joris for another awesome week ahead. Bye for now.